Hey, if you've made it this far in the video and you are a real estate professional, consider partnering with me here at Real Brokerage. Pay nothing per month, get a fantastic split, and you have the opportunity to build a business through revenue share and stock purchases. Book a call at the link below in today's video, and I'm happy to have a conversation on why I was able to grow my business exponentially by moving my practice to Real Brokerage. All right, back to the video. You all for jumping on this bi-weekly mastermind with your brother, your uncle, your favorite realtor's favorite realtor. This is the first mastermind of 2025. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Got some good activity going. So that's always a great thing. Put a 1 in the chat. You know, everybody says this. Put a 1 in the chat if you're having a fantastic day so far. And even if it's not a fantastic day, claim it. So go ahead and drop that 1 in the chat here for a hand raise. That's cool. I see Nick in the building. I know Nick. Good to see you. All right, so we're going to jump this right off. Mr. Gagan Timsina is my business partner, and he is going to lead the call. I've got an agenda here that we're going to go through that I'll share here in a moment. And this is going to be, one of those ones. So I'm glad to know we've got quite a few people on this call. If you're considering Real Brokerage, it goes without saying that the game is to be given at all times without restrictions and limitations. And that's why I love it here, because I get to pick the brains of the brightest minds in the world and in the United States. We got folks from all over. Well, Gagan is my guy as it relates to all things marketing, masterminding, and this gentleman has brought in already $5 million worth of business within his wheelhouse. So he's going to drop that fire on how to leverage all of the resources, technology, and everything that's out there. So without further ado, Mr. Gagan Timsina, take it away, good brother.
Thank you. Couldn't have said that better about myself. I'll be listening to that replay at least a few times tonight, probably tomorrow morning as well. So guys, a few cool things. Number one, I have 20 minutes. And then I have another very, very important meeting I gotta get to. So this is going to be super fast. It's also going to be super tactical. Number two, I am by far the most bad-looking person on this Zoom call. I like seeing people's faces. So can everyone turn their cameras on if you can? That would be very, very lovely. And number three, get your phones out because you're going to be taking screenshots. Marvin's going to send you this recording, I'm sure of it. But there's going to be a ton of things that I'm going to give you that's just going to be like me going down your throat. There's going to be a ton of prompts, a ton of websites, and you are going to love this. So without further ado, let's take a look at our page here. And this one, a lot of you guys should have seen a kind of the banter for it. But with that being said, I'm going to teach you AI technology through conversion. Now, I am not the AI master, but I do have business from it thus far. And I figured, hey, let's start utilizing it to maximize our business as it is. AI will not take over, but someone using AI will take over. As simply put as I can tell you. Watch this difference right here. Listen to this audio. Listen to the difference in sound, okay? Because what I want to tell you guys is if you build your top, it'll build its bottom. This tool was called Adobe Enhance, and it's free. For whatever reason, it's not working for me here, but that's totally cool. What it does is it takes the audio that you have and enhances it to the point that you don't have to necessarily change anything else. It'll make it sound a lot better. It's disappointing that it wasn't working for me here. But with that being said, if you have to utilize something, 100% utilize that to make sure you can maximize that. I'm going to try it one last time to see if it's going to work. And if it doesn't, so be it. So moving on, right? That's the tool right there. It's called Adobe Podcast. I would take a screenshot. I would use this tool. A lot of the content that we're shooting outside, we use this to enhance the audio. With that being said, when we're thinking about attention, because the whole goal for our business here is attention, we need to develop our own top and it will build its own bottom. What that means for you, as simply as possible, is if you can get the most amount of eyeballs on you again and again and again and again, it will eventually churn into business. Pragmatically speaking, the more that you can talk about communities, neighborhoods, hospitals, tools, resources, anything other than just purely about selling houses, it'll build its own bottom. It will take you longer, but you will build a brand associated with that like none other. There's a reason that Zillow costs $500 per lead. There's a reason that Realtor.com can charge over $300 per month. The reason for that is they're giving you bottom of funnel leads. If you can build your top, you will build its own bottom. Now, the question then becomes, how are we going to utilize AI to do this? In this format, I'm going to teach you content marketing specifically. We can get into ads, we can get into cold calling, everywhere else. But today is just about content marketing. With that being said, the biggest and most important thing that we should talk about is aesthetic, location, food development, and then real estate. Because it's dumb for us to think that people aren't looking at the neighborhoods before they're buying houses. It's dumb for us to think that they're not looking at hospitals, they're not looking at parks, they're not looking at recs. Any one of us that have children, now I probably do, I just don't know about any of them. We're looking at parks, we're looking at recs, we're looking at hospitals, everything else, guys. You can laugh. That was a joke. You're all allowed to laugh. All of these things we're looking at. Right? Like for me, one of the biggest things is I love working out. I'm looking at the best gyms in the neighborhoods. I'm looking at the best coffee shops where I can work out of. I'm looking at the best grocery stores. All of these things will become vital before making the decision. Remember, real estate is a bottom of funnel activity for a top of funnel person. Real estate is a bottom of funnel activity for a top of funnel person. Meaning our job is to generate human beings who will eventually buy real estate. Now, how are we going to do that? With all of these things here. Moving on from just that, I would take a screenshot of this prompt because most of you here,
Hold on, John. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Let's get some hand raisers here real quick. One in the chat if you want to start YouTube this year. One. Awesome. Oh, I love it so much. Cool. I'm going to give you my YouTube prompt. This is literally almost verbatim what I put, and this is all it spits out. Check this out. I'm going to read this to you guys. You can screenshot. You can do what you got to do. We create content that resonates with our audience using data to articulate insight that sets us apart as the go-to resource for anyone considering a move to blank. Now, I'm in Columbus, Ohio. I would be honored and privileged to be your Columbus, Ohio real estate choice. Our goal was to speak with authority using clear, factual information that not only attracts attention, but also converts viewers into leads by showcasing our unparalleled expertise in the market. Don't just give me bullet points. Give me the answers, find the data and the insights. Do all the work for me. Data about real estate markets, home prices, market insights, quotes from smart people and insights. Remember, you're a marketing genius with over a 200 IQ. Be creative and speak from the perspective of a local that lives there. Also cite everyone that speaks and the website that you found it from. The topic at hand is blank. If you put this into ChatGPT, don't do it now, do it after this call. You change this to whatever market you're in. So Marvin, you're in Atlanta, Georgia, right? So if you change this to Atlanta, Georgia, and write, is it worth buying a home in Atlanta, Georgia right now? It'll spit this out for you right here. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to show you my first introduction video, and I want you to notice something and put it in the comment sections when you notice it. Ready? Let's check out this video together real quick.
Just around 15 years ago, most of my family immigrated to America. And just around 5 years ago,
Marv, can you hear the audio?
Yep, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Perfect. All right, guys, check this out and let me know what you think.
Is Columbus the perfect city for you? You see, just around 15 years ago, most of my family immigrated to America. And just around 5 years ago, most of us made that move to Columbus. It's been a great city for us, allowing us to start businesses, tons of real estate opportunities, and ultimately even give back to our folks. But over the past few years, we've seen a massive shift in Columbus that most people aren't even talking about. And I've covered a lot of these basic topics. So today, I'm going to give you the complete picture. I'm going to go over some pros and cons that people, seem to never want to touch. Let's get going.
Now, the reason that I shared that with you guys specifically, right? Did you notice something? I hope all of you noticed it. Bro, I talked about my life, right? Like I talked about the fact that my parents moved here to America 15 years ago with nothing. And now we've built businesses. We've built all these things. People think that when you have AI, it's the end all be all. No. We are in such a technological period right now that authenticity will win over anything else. So when you are talking about any of these things, your ability to storytell, I'll answer your question in just 1 second, Tara. I've answered that in the presentation. Your ability to storytell is the biggest separating factor with anyone else. Like guys, if you're looking at all these things, and no matter what the conversational piece is, right? Like let's say it's steady appreciation in home values. If that's the conversational piece, what can we factor around that? Listen, Marvin made that move here 6 years ago just to get a place to retire with his wife and his daughter. And he texted me last week, said, "Gagan, my home has appreciated in value over $200,000. And it's not just Marvin, it's everyone that lives in Columbus, because you see our appreciation is like none other. Boom, 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 boom. Your ability to storytell, guys, is the biggest separating factor nowadays. If you can cohesively make a statement that people want to believe, if you can articulate what you're doing, that is how you separate yourself. Yep, sure, I can put these in a doc somewhere. These are the numbers. Try this for whatever reason it's not working. So this is the next prompt that I want you guys to take a look at. Screenshot this if you must. This is the prompt that we're using for our short form pieces of content. I'll give you a few seconds to screenshots. I'm not going to read all this. It's just my fifth language, so I'm actually pretty bad at it, unfortunately. We use this prompt, and then we give it this prompt right here. That's good, but do better. You are better than this, and I believe in you. Make it more compelling and perfect. We use that prompt to do this, and these are the results that we're getting from it thus far.
Listen, if you're looking for a 4-bedroom house in Pittsburgh under 500,
videos just are not going to load for me, guys. I'm really sorry. I don't know if it's something with my Zoom or videos just won't work. But if you go to my page, if you look up the Columbus report and you also look up the Rochester report, you will see every single one of these pieces of videos. So with that being said, the prompts that we're using is here. I'll let you screenshot this one more time. And the whole notion and the whole identity behind AI for us here is ultimately to make our lives easier, but not to do the job for us. Make your life easier, but not do the job. And I also want to tell you guys one other thing. AI is like a child. AI is like a child for one thing. You have to train your child. You have to train AI. We do not need to constantly be told to get motivated. We need the reminder of discipline. Meaning, if you get hurt, if you hear one thing, you're probably not going to do it. But if you hear the exact same thing over and over and over and over again, discipline then becomes a muscle. You have to constantly be in a position where you keep regurgitating and learning the same pieces of information, right? Does that make sense to everybody? Lovely. So let's move on. You need to train AI, meaning that I tell AI very, very simply, I want you to understand this message and premise. Let me know when you absorb it. Cool, you absorbed it, perfect. Now understand this, understand how this is written in conjunction with the notes. Cool, so you've got those two things. Perfect. Give me a newsletter just like that for Rochester, New York. You have all the content written already, just implement it into a PDF format. That's your newsletter. And let me tell you, my newsletter has almost like a nearly 35% open rate. Do you guys know what the industry average is? 2. Dios, right? Uno, dos. Yeah, dos. I learned Spanish. I'm trying anyways. You can also use this for your blogs. Don't have AI do all the work for you. Have AI create an outline. People care about vulnerability. People care about you being a human being. Every single one of these pieces here has something about my family. Brooke, do you remember when I did the my newsletter? Do I not talk about my mom and my family and everything else that goes in my personal life?
Yeah, it's super cute. It's branded beautifully, and you do a great job of making it relevant to people interested in the actual area. And week by week, we get to know different little pieces of you. It's super cute. I love it. I'm copying it. Sorry.
Thanks, I appreciate it. But the whole idea behind this, guy, is you should be using AI as an outline, not as the entire creative. Let's move on. This video probably will not work, unfortunately, but you can also develop thumbnails using AI. So now that we're thinking about the ideation process for YouTube, right? If Marvin is making a video about living in Atlanta, Georgia, he's got the script portion of it taken down. He knows what he's going to talk about because we've already created an outline. Now, how do we develop a thumbnail for it? I really pray that this video decides to work. It probably won't, unfortunately, and that's okay, because here are the thumbnails that we've developed with AI. Now, I don't know about any of you guys. I also don't want to toot my own horn, but this video here has a 10% click-through rate. This one has a 6% click-through rate, and most of these videos over here are having a higher than industrial average for click-through rates. Someone's keyboard's going off. But with that being said, it's all good. But with that being said, you should be thinking about AI from the ideation process of what specifically can it do for me in terms of making my life easier, right? You've got all of these thumbnails that it's building out. You've got the scripts, you've got everything else. Now you just need to add a human element to it as well. Now, Tiara, I know you asked me, where am I getting my B-roll from? Envato. Take a screenshot of this website, guys. But what I'm getting every single piece of my B-roll from is Envato. It's like $15 a month, and it has every single state, every location, every place. So you don't have to worry about anything else, and it'll just do it for you. It is super duper amazing. And honestly, that's all I got for you. I talked to Marvin about this too. He keeps on saying, hey, you should bring this back. So we're bringing it back, baby. Marvin's the GOAT, $650 off a month. I mean, hey, we're doing this just for you guys. This is not going to be found anywhere else. That's all I've got. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. And that's it.
Can I give a little plug?
Go for it.
Guys, I am no video person. I hate photos. I hate videos of myself. Grosses me out. Hate it. So, you know, becoming like a YouTuber for my area was super intimidating to me. I've been here, I grew up here. Like, I know this area. There's nothing stopping me except my discomfort and like the overwhelm. I've been working with Gagan for 3-4 weeks. And he has literally handed me with a golden bow, a super digestible, I'm 41. Okay. Gagan is like 12 comparatively, different generations, whatever. But he's made it doable for me. I understand all these techie things. He makes it very easy for my old lady self to understand what the hell he's saying and then apply it. You know, it's great to learn all these new things, but if you don't apply them, or you know, you've wasted all your money. Is it obscenely affordable comparative to some of the coaches that are out there that are doing similar things? One thing that I have just appreciated so much working with Gagan is he has helped me define myself. He's the one that taught me you are your niche. Okay. Oh my God. Yes, I am. I am an entrepreneurial woman. I have 5 sons. I've been homeless. I have risen out of hell multiple times. That's my niche. That's who I want to sell to. That's who I want to attract. And instead of like coming from a place of shame or like, ew, awkwardness, I don't want people to know that about me because I'm trying to, you know, rise to a certain level. He made it not only okay, but turned that, you know, what I perceive to be a weakness into a massive strength. And it's working very quickly. So if any of you are on the fence about the cost, I can personally say that the return that you get in a very short period of time is overwhelming. So thank you.
And I just want to highlight, I know we have some questions here, and Gagan does have to jet in like 2 minutes, y'all. But this is Randall. He's actually part of our group here, y'all. And this gentleman has I connected him with Gagan after he joined because he told me he wanted to level up his social media. And the great thing with social media is it doesn't work for you. It advertises your business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So he's taken my insight and Gagan's, and Gagan put him on a game plan. I think it's 1 post a day. And this young man has been on a posting tear. And I'm talking about he has no social media presence before getting in touch with Gagan. And now he posts something every day about my hometown, Houston. And he is already, I think Gagan, he's already got a buyer client from this. Yeah. And this is free 99 Instagram. He's just going around random places in the city of Houston, talking about those random places. So, you know, the proof is in the pudding. And again, if you want to level up in 2025, you know, you have to make those investments in yourself. And I think it's a heck of a lot easier to tell your story than to try to tell someone else's story. And to your question, Tiara, I don't think TikTok's over, but we'll find out in a few days. But in the meantime, there's Instagram, there's YouTube Shorts, there's TikTok, of course, there's Facebook Reels. So even if TikTok does go down, I'm not worried because I post the same content on 4 different platforms. So the business is going to continue to work, and we just have to continue to stay consistent.